Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to what I believe is the eighth match of the first round of our CGC tournament. I'll be your host for tonight, Lucarius, and with me I have the lovely Frost and Op.
Hello.
All right, we have another great match for you guys today. We have the croustillant versus Red the Bath. Got Haladrin and Bellator playing on the left side, and Red and Knight on the right side.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Do we have any Razors agreements for this run?
Look that up. And in the meantime, if you are not familiar with the CGC and you're just tuning in for the first time, the CGC, or the Cross Game Cup tournament, is a tournament in which one Prime and one Echoes player play together in multi-world style to complete both games. First team to complete both of their games with the combined time wins. So that means you add the Prime 1 and the Echoes time, and whichever has the fastest time there wins.
So for Prime, we have a missile start. You'd love to see that.
We also had Aegon Keys in Chozo, and I forget where else. There were two other areas.
Chozo, Sank, and Talon. Thank you, Asner.
Thank you.
Red not opting to do the dash in the landing site. Interesting. I guess that will give him the item in Hive Totem a little bit earlier.
Right, we got Haladrin coming up on Prime hints here. Finds a Powerbomb expansion for Echoes. Very nice.
That will come in handy.
Yeah. Bellator immediately making good use of that. Finds Plasma Beam? Wow, this start is pretty amazing.
We have landing site and Tricops pit so far.
Seems to be a missile there. Aerial training site and Ice Ruins East, I believe that is.
Yep.
Antechamber, observatory, watch station. Nothing too crazy so far, I think.
Oh, luckily.
Transit station. Huh. Landing site, Tricops bits.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So far. I guess the keys are going to be in Mines and Inghive, respectively.
Yeah, I think so. We'll have to see what the runner's really going to be required to get today. Depending on those STKs, those requirements could shoot way up there, but for now, nothing too crazy.
Early screw attack for Echoes, though. That is interesting.
Ooh.
Just need a space jump to go with that.
And the Cursed Lake has nothing but a missile expansion for us today, because it's a missile expansion for the Echo side player, and since that is locked by Seekers, we know it can't be anything special. That is hard to read. I think that is just a missile expansion. The Morph Ball is 4 rooms away from the Boost Ball. So that'll be interesting. If they find Boost Ball, that means they know where the Morph Ball is going to be. Usually hints like that, because Morph Ball is required so early, means that we're going to be seeing an early boost here in Aegon somewhere. Could also be in Dark Aegon, though.
early plasma beam though. That usually points towards arbor chamber.
Could not quite tell what Red had there in the room with the beetles, but they decided not to go for it.
I think that was a missile.
I think so too. Bellator doing a nice little slope jump to get up here. Very well done. Nai, on the other hand, making use of slope jump and some standable here apparently to get up Mining Plaza the other way. Very interesting. Never seen this before.
Yeah, same.
A missile expansion in Mining Station Axis. Seems to be losing a fair bit of time here. Just trying to check if there were any racers agreements here.
Is a morph ball for the prime player.
Ooh, it was morph ball. Okay, so 4 rooms away from here exactly is the boost ball for whichever player that might be. What options do we have here? Mine shaft, sand canyon. Oh yeah. Another one could be command center.
Ooh, when Red finds the space jump or Knight. So that is a screw attack at 6 minutes.
Nice. They're making good use of that, immediately using it to cross Mining Plaza there. Hello, Bomb Guardian. Goodbye, Bomb Guardian. Usually that boss doesn't take too long. Emerald there in Aegon Temple. That's interesting.
Before Amber, that is a rare sight.
Indeed. Might also be pointing towards an item in Great Temple under the save station there.
That's... Haldredin finds his own boost ball. So the boost ball in the Echoes game is the Echoes ball.
Ooh, good info. Seems they've also found an energy tank. Very nice for the early game. And now he seems to be turning around. I wonder where they're going.
Another burger.
Plasma Beam was actually in Sanctuary, the Dark Alpha Splinter fight. It was super early. Nai also receiving their Borger, so we'll also be able to blow up some stuff now. Very nice. And it seems there are no racist agreements for this match, so just a plain vanilla CGC match. Bellator trying to do a little slope jump to get across these boxes here, otherwise we'd have to go all the way around. Does not have that space jump yet, so it doesn't have the luxury, sadly.
Just a missile in the tree in main plaza.
Another missile there. It seems Bellator is going for the Hive Chambers here. Since he has that Power Bomb expansion, he can do both Dark Missile Trooper and Hive Chamber B here. Because he did just do Boom Guardian as well. Seems Echo's launcher's been spotted in TAS, so nothing crazy on that for now.
And 8 power bombs. Wow.
Ooh. Okay, so that being in logic, where would you go with that? I think that points towards the GFMC.
Yeah, I agree. Ooh, there's bombs for Prime 1.
The landing site artifact. Chat also saying that they've spotted Varia suit in the ruined fountain. Ooh, look by that spider ball.
Nice. And Haldoran finding a cannonball for Bellator. That will come in handy early game.
Ooh, it will. However, I don't think that Bellator has gone towards Jump Guardian yet. I don't think they've opened Transport Center, so when they do decide to go get those checks, they'll most certainly lose that cannonball, sadly. Bellator doing another little slope jump to get on top of this crate here. He's going to be scanning while standing on top of this crate. So now during this cutscene, he's actually on top of the crate. And by skipping the cutscene, when he is right above the door, he's going to be able to just fall out of the sky. It's a neat little way to have a little shortcut over there. And no, main missiles are not required today. We also highly recommend not turning that on for the CGC matches because, yeah, there's been some crazy placements with those missiles.
Yeah, they can lead to some very interesting, very lengthy seeds.
Yeah, I think that's a Sky Temple key in Grand Wind Chamber. And we do have Screw Attack available already, so let's see if Nai can skip ahead and grab that. Is that Dark Beam? That is, I think, Dark Beam in Wind Chamber Access here. That is a huge early game find.
Very nice.
Bellator are a little bit hindered by the fact that they don't have that space jump yet. Where was that again?
I just realized I'd been muted for about 5 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Unfortunate.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
No worries.
Ooh, and Nai is indeed trying to go for the skip here to get this Sky Temple key in Wind Chamber. Trying to get a little slope jump here to get enough height, and then is going to Screw Attack towards a standable spot there. Ooh, almost had it. Transport Tunnel B for Echo Space Jump, okay. Ooh, nicely done by Nai.
Very nice.
Ooh, nice. Got light ammo, light beam ammo in the crate there, which can be duped, so actually gets 40 light ammo out of that. It's pretty nice. Does realize that he has Emerald and is going to get this hint as well. Very nice. Nai doing the same here. Keys to Dark Torvus are in Dark Torvus, and I couldn't read the rest. Chat, help me!
Dark Torvus, Mines, and Uncle Torvus.
Hmm.
What's his name?
I was too busy trying to make out the first line.
Yeah. Sky Temple Grounds, thank you, Captain. That's a spicy set of keys, so let's hope our friendly neighborhood chica is required today.
That will be Screw Attack available for Bellator.
Virtue of that Space Jump boots. Just gonna tread in nice boots here. Also grabbing. Yeah. Bellator also attempting the jump here. Went a little bit too fast on the screw attack, so didn't have enough time to cancel it. Let's see if they get it this time.
I'm just now realizing you can stand on the top of that. I just always use the slope and hope I get enough height.
Yeah, you can stand on the top of it, but I believe you do need a little bit of a slope to actually gain enough height.
That will be Dark Beam for Bellator as well.
Yes. So, a little tip to getting this trick more consistent that I've discovered. So you gotta aim slightly more to the left, because once you cancel your screw attack, you'll bounce to the right a little bit. So if you're too far to the right, you'll actually bounce back down.
But if you're too far to the left, you'll soft lock, so be careful.
Yeah, you gotta be really careful with that. Just the right amount. I'm actually surprised that Bellator's not going for the 3 BSJ method right now.
Personally, I find a screw attack way easier.
It is, yeah. But I know that they are definitely capable of doing the 3 BSJ as well.
Yeah.
So I thought they would be switching to that tactic. Oh, no bombs. Yeah, you kind of can't do that. Bomb space jump without bombs, huh?
Very valid.
There we go, gets it. Good job.
That will be Cannonball for 9.
Ooh. And I believe Nai also hasn't opened Transport Center yet, so I think they'll also be losing that momentarily. Although we do know in what area-ish the regular boost wall is, so I don't think it's too much of a loss to give it up here.
I think it was Vault Ledge, actually.
Yeah, well, the argument for getting the Sky Temple key then and there is that he's there anyways, so he would be losing time later on backtracking to the location when he has the items available to him. Though, yeah, so it's kind of a way off, right? How BK is your prime player at that point?
Prime finds super missiles in Dynamo. Interesting. The tree in Plaza was empty, but maybe that leads to like crossway or something.
Not quite sure what was under the safe station there, but Bellator doesn't seem to be going for it, so I guess it was just a missile. Kind of interesting that both Echoes players are taking a similar-ish route in that they both haven't gone to Jump Guardian yet. Nai now also avoiding to go to Jump Guardian, probably wants to keep that Cannonball just a little longer, so he's going to go into Labs first here. Right, no bombs, so they can't even go there. Quite sure what's in central mining station here, but it did look shiny, so I suppose it is something important. Kind of peek what it is in the cutscene in between. We did not see what mineshaft was. I don't think it would be wise to go check that because no bombs. So yeah.
Looks like a ball.
Spider.
That spider wall does give access to that Varia, I believe.
Indeed. We could either do the trick or defeat Flagra and then go into the room. We'll have to see.
Just a missile into the floor.
Yeah, dolphin lag noises. Always fun. Prime Spider was that ball in Central Mining Station. Yes. Hello, Dark Samus 1.
I think I was Amber.
Ooh.
Yes,
Oh.
Amber inside.
I don't know how you read that. Well, before the bottom screen, I guess.
I unfortunately missing the power bomb, so he's gonna have to fight Vanilla here. Oh wait, never mind. Has a second power bomb. Does manage to hit it slightly, but just not enough damage. Bellator deciding to go into labs on first pass here, so he's gonna have to deal with unlocking this area. He's gonna go on lockdown here. We'll have to ask them in the interview why they chose to do it this way, because they did have dark beam, so they could have just walked into here if they really wanted to. Oh. Making good use there of a spawn of that last pirate, and then killing the pirate because the cutscene repositions them up there. Very smart. Now finding a missile in the dark beam room.
And it seems like we have a missile in upper dynamo. Nothing important there.
A lot of missiles in this early game. Seed hasn't been particularly generous, I would say.
Spider ball for echoes, though.
Interesting. That doesn't unlock a whole lot. Oh, and there's space jump for Prime.
Ooh. That will come very in handy.
Yeah. I don't think that Spider Ball actually unlocks very much. Unless there was something in Mining Station A. Although we do also know that there's an Echo's Boost Ball coming soon TN, which would unlock, for example, Sank Entrance. Now debating here whether they want to save or warp to start. Seems they're going to choose warp to start. Thor says hello and goodbye to Dark Samus 1. Does nail the power bomb there. This pause a little frame before the cutscene actually triggers because that white screen, it always gets us. Always.
Always.
And like you said, just a missile in Furnace. Yeah, Space Jump was in, what's it called? Is it Cache? No, it's not Cache B, that's Storage B in Aegon. behind the Dark Beam door. This is B. D is here in Dark Samus. Yeah. Dark Oasis as an ETM. Very nice. As one of the nicer hints to get, to be fair, because Dark Oasis not really a check you want to make. A lot of requirements for that one. Yeah, I think what might have happened here is that Nai may have thought that Space Jump's still missing and that they might have been in an early check, which is why they've warped now and are doing the Dark Missile Trooper checks, because these are very early sphere checks. Although perhaps next time they could try to save at the save station, and if this ends up being empty, they can just warp back and continue their route. Yeah, I don't think Nai saved, though. I think they just reset without saving. Does get the main power bombs because of it, though.
Red's going for the planter play.
Oh, we have Gravity Suit here for Prime in the Amber room, whose name eludes me right now.
Sandcash.
Sandcash, thank you. Very interesting early game, though. Only Dark Beam for Echoes and only Plasma Beam for Prime 25 minutes in. Usually you'll see like an extra beam here and there, maybe a wave or something like that, but just see, not being very generous. Ooh, and there's that boost ball for Echoes in Mineshaft. Bellator does realize that they don't have bombs yet, so they can't actually grab it, but it does have the information now that it's there. A flag right here on Red's side. I wonder if this is going to end up being anything. Because of that spider and supers being in logic, this might end up being something like bombs for Echoes. Paladin using some terrain here to get to the Varia suit. Well, very well done. Ross, can you explain that trick a little bit more? I don't quite understand that one.
It's mostly just that spider raids tend to have a very big, like, standable collision, so you can kind of just walk on them sideways. So as long as you can get up to them, getting through that, it's not a problem.
Very nice.
Dash or sadly not making it. You just have a gravity so low, so the backup should be doable.
And just a missile there. And also we did get the hint that sadly, Quadraxis has an E-tank. Tumos, I am rooting for you. We need more Quadraxis in our lives. But, unfortunate.
That Varia, though, maybe Magmar will be the play for Prime.
Yeah, so what Cygnus is saying in chat here, Wild Gamble used Cannonball to get early Sank entrance. That might actually be a valid play if Echoes runs out of things to do here. Because they do know that that Cannonball, or that Boost Ball is going to be in logic sooner rather than later, once they get their bombs. So that might be the next possible progression they're expected to do. Because I don't think Boost Ball actually unlocks that much else. They would need Seekers, for example, to have logical access to Torvis. And processing, that's true, because we do know that they would have bombs as well as they're getting that boost ball. And I think Nai actually doing just that here, going into Sank entrance to try and scout what this is.
Every Sank entrance play. Always fun to watch.
Indeed. Luckily, they do have that cannonball, so no real danger here. Can just stay morphed, spam those power bombs, and it should be just fine.
That is a Metroid unplugger. Maybe croustillants.
Light. That's
Sorry. I thought that was an eyelid.
Yeah, sadly no Cobalt because they're in here now. Ooh. Okay. Nye actually choosing to go into the cannon to check Sank entrance here, so they do lose that cannonball in favor of getting this check. There's actually some standable you can do here to screw attack your way up to the cannon, so you don't actually have to take this cannon. But it seems they are not aware of it. Sank entrance, I think, if I saw correctly, is just a missile for Prime. Yeah, they're deciding not to open it up, so it seems like Sank entrance is empty today. Seeing Chozo Ghosts on the side of red. What do you need to have Chozo Ghosts in Logic, Frost?
You need bombs, spider ball, and supers.
Ooh, so this is actually in Logic. Echoes bombs
So, yeah.
on Ghosts. Hmm?
Since supers have not been logical yet, like this
And charge. Oh yeah, I'm still waiting for that one crazy race agreement where they're just shuffling everything, like charge, more ball, for Echoes that is. Scan visor.
Oh yeah, that is a fun one.
Yeah. Although, CGC can get crazy enough from itself as being proven by this seed. Those bombs still eluding us 30 minutes in.
Indeed. Maybe that early plasma is pointing to Findrana or something.
Ooh, that could be true.
Oh, yeah.
Warrior Shrine.
Huh, so that was quite a logic chain actually then.
Yeah, so bombs and spider and
Yeah. We know that Varia was locked by Prime Spider, which was locked by Echo's Spider, actually. So
By the way,
quite
By the way, Frost, could you turn your mic up by any chance? Chat's saying your voice is kind of quiet.
I don't know if this would help any, but
I think that's better, yeah.
Sounds a little better.
I can speak up a bit as well. So just an e-tank.
Dark burst, best burst. Now hold on, chat. I have to disagree with you here. I'm very sorry. There's this thing called sunburst. First of all, praise the sun, and secondly, you see Emperor Ing 1? I don't see them anymore. He's just gone.
Grapple Guardian?
Grapple Guardian? Yeah, what Grapple Guardian? I think they disappeared just now. Flamethrower Vespers. There's some heresy going on in this chat.
Oh, yeah.
If only Prime had infinite missiles.
Oh, Battlesaur accidentally lost Cannonball. Did they get pushed into the cannon by a missile from the pirate, perhaps?
Could be on purpose. Sometimes you just have to risk losing it.
Yeah, that's true. And also they do have the bombs now, so do know that they can just run for the boost ball now. Although it's a shame that they can't boost their way over there. Just slight time loss. Nothing too crazy though.
Oh, that's a dark suit for Echoes though.
Where?
Oh, maybe that was a gravity actually.
Yeah,
I picked one up.
no, that was the gravity suit in Sandcash, yes. Because we're not playing with the correct Prime 1 models in Echoes right now.
Oh, that threw me off.
Yeah. Yeah, perhaps some tournament nerves. What was that Battlegrounds hint? That was Naidabaf's, I want to say, beam-related upgrade?
Was that an ice beam in Frontona Shorelines? Halligan is going for it at least.
Just going for it.
Wave
beam. Okay.
Even better.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, that will let him do all of, mostly Frontona at least, perhaps.
Red finally getting their space jump.
Yeah, Ice Beam would really open this seat up. All they would really need to end at that point is, well, for Prime that is that Phazon suit, right?
Yes.
Oh. Speaking of the best bursts,
Almost.
arguably the best missile upgrade. Super missiles, though. Yeah.
Second best. Second best.
Second best.
Yep.
Not counting
Yeah.
supers. The best.
If you have an excess missile count, Ice Spreader is very nice to have. Something in shuffle. Cobalt.
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 Very nice.
Definitely worth picking up. Shame that they picked this up right now, right as they've already left Sank Entrance. That would be quite the trek to get back there, so let's hope that that is not a very important hint.
Face on Zoot in map station.
Second
What
map.
now?
Second
No,
map.
he's kidding, I think.
Yeah, that's what he does it.
Courtesy of those bombs, we are finally seeing Bellator going for the Jump Guardian area. Also has Amber now, so it's going to get some extra hints here. Player 1 Spider Ball is irrelevant, because we have all of the Spider Balls already. Thanks, game. There's that Cobalt Translator. Not going to be too useful for now. Like I said, Sank Entrance is already passed. I don't think they'll be going all the way back for that. Perhaps if we do find a Light Beam in the near future, because those main power bombs are also in Logic, and with the Spider Ball, Sanctuary could be a decent play here. If Seekers don't show up before then, that is. And to answer a question in chat, no, not really anything cursed yet this seed. It's just been a little bit of a search for the Echoes bombs, but I think most of the important items have been found now. I think the biggest question mark for now are Ice Beam and Light Beam. Like a hamburger on the top of a crossway there. Space Borgers.
Yeah, hopefully this trek through Prime Labs will give at least one beam.
Yeah, or perhaps Dark Aegon here is going to provide us with some answers. I think what the Echoes players don't want to see right now is Dark Visor, Because Bellator did get that hint that there's a beam-related upgrade in Battlegrounds, so they would have to track all the way back to Labs to go back to Dark Aegon there to find potentially that light beam or a super missile, perhaps. And Knife finally receiving their Morph Ball bombs. Bellator also opening up Junction Site here. There's a nice little E-tank. It's going to make the trek through Dark Aegon here a little bit safer. They should be well equipped now with that screw attack and the 2 E-tanks. Seems Naive reset out of phase on ground, so nothing in phase on grounds that is of interest to us.
There's prime main power bombs.
Bellator do some E-dashes to speed up this little hallway over here. Finds a light ammo expansion. Thinks it's not worth picking up. It does trigger a reload of this room, so it takes quite a while. So, probably for the better.
Almost thought that was light beam. Got excited. Just ammo.
If only.
And Bellator shooting our toughest boss in the game yet. Thin Air. Ugh, beats everyone.
It even gives that item.
Wow.
I don't know if he'll make it though.
Yeah, not sure. He's a little bit low on health here. It's gonna be close, this one.
It's really getting bullied right now.
You show that Thin Air, Bellator. But yeah, for those of us joining us for the first time and have no clue what's happening, there's a model of a boss just loaded there and you can shoot it. Now we're gonna enter the fight, and would you look at that? It's, well, almost dead. Didn't quite bring it down to 1 health, but close enough. There goes Jump Guardian. Goodbye, Jump Guardian. That's another E-tank. Comfy. Yep. And Nai now treading in Bellator's footsteps, also making their way back to Aegon. So I don't think there's much else to do for Echoes right now, but I do know that Bellator can do Seekerless locks, so I'm fairly certain that they're going to open up Transit Station here and then head towards Torvus, courtesy of those Seeker skips. Might even go for Seeker skip in Mineshaft, because that would net him another item and another hint, although they would have to forgo the Storage A item. But yeah, I think with that, that is probably the last Echoes check that is.
Oh, light beam.
Ooh,
That's
Not
awesome.
by supers.
yeah, Bellator turning straight around is going to go straight for ventilation area A, I assume. Now he headed for that boost ball here. Oh yeah, they didn't actually have knowledge of this, so probably very pleased to see that sitting there. Oh right, Bellator going to be heading into Aegon Energy Controller first, because we didn't have bombs at the time, so there's also still an item and a hint lying for us there. The Echo Visor is up to 3
Uh,
rooms away from junction sites. Interesting. I don't think we've seen that in our first pass through the front of Dark Aegon, have we?
no.
Wait, so where is that then? Junction site? Oh, that has to be either Warrior's Walk or Battleground then. Yeah. Seems Haladrin triggered the fight here in... What is this room called again?
Control tower.
Yeah, Control Tower.
Yeah, he got the initial jump, but he sadly clipped the box just at the end.
Eltor going for that boost ball, and it does seem like he's going to be doing a Seekerless lock here to get the hint on the item in Mining Station B. I think he was a little bit too far to the right here. There we go. Very well done.
Very nice.
Ooh, I think that was an STK in Mining Station B. Yeah, now with that light beam, this is a very good play. You can get all the items here and the hints. Which is another STK. Wow. So that is very good value. If they went in here without that light beam, this would have been, well, not a poor play, but they would have had to make the trek back here. Now doing a 3 BSJ into probably a screw attack to get up to this item. Yeah. Bonks on the edge. Happens. He's gonna do the backup strat here with just the 3 BSJ against the wall. Nicely done. Make sure to jump there as to not get Kraylead.
Yeah. Heart always skips a beat whenever I see someone do that.
Yeah, it does. Rest in peace, Chica. Not today, sadly.
Just
What was
There
it?
goes another loss.
What was it?
It was a missile, unfortunately. No friendly neighborhood wasp today.
Yeah, just a flamethrower in main research, so Haldrogen has to backtrack a little bit.
Did he pick it up, though? Is the most important
He did
question
not
here.
pick it up.
Oh,
I'm sure he's just saving it for later.
of course, of course. And just another E-tank in Sand Canyon here. Echo's definitely sitting on a comfortable amount of E now, even for some Dark World stuff. Gonna be having our first look at the ventilation area A here. Another E-tank. Does decide to take it. This time for Prime, because those models are not what they seem. Bellator here, heading into labs. We're going to be seeing Spider's treasure first, and might actually decide to go into Sanctuary now. With that Cobalt, that is probably a very good play, because they can get all of the hints. And including that Spider Ball and Screw Attack, this is pretty open for them. I think our main wants right now are, well, a suit. And depending on how good the players are at skipping super slash seekers, either of those as well. Actually, a question for you guys. Is Impact Crater reachable without Phazon suit? Because if it is, then if Phazon suit doesn't get found, yeah,
Very
we
much
might
so.
be seeing that hint today.
Yeah, phase on suit is only needed for the final phase of the final boss.
Yeah. Just wondering if any of the keys were required
Not so
with
far.
phase on. Right. Yeah, not so far, but all you really need is the artifacts. The Sky Temple keys, you can just kind of leave them. Aster, we did switch to Randovania 4.3 halfway through the rounds. I think after Frost and Mine race, actually. Everyone had to update, and the hint should be available to everyone. Ice to meet you. We did see Ice Beam. Halcyon does.
I think Ice was in the check below Tower of Light.
Oh.
One of the TOs letting me know that the hint should not be available until round 2, so scratch any of that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just a missile-related upgrade there. And Red also receiving their light... sorry, Nai also receiving their light beam from Red. Belter going straight down here to scan the hints. Did that just say a Morbus has the Echo Visor?
I think so.
Oh.
So, yeah. That could lead to a very interesting race. Because if I remember correctly, the Morbus keys were in... Was it Minus and Torvus?
I think that was
so,
the
yeah.
Chica.
I don't
I think it was
remember.
the Chica keys. Chica keys was Torvus, Mines, and Sky Temple Grounds.
Challenge, Ozo, and Sanctuary. Thank you, Gabriel.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Nai also getting info on that Echo Visor, and just not the specifics quite yet. Close, but not quite. Yeah, that's true. All the bad Sanctuary hint checks are indeed behind Echo Visor, so that key can at least not be in a very, very bad spot. Except for Spider Guardian itself, I suppose. Yeah, did any of you catch where that Ice Beam was?
No.
I think it was in the check after Tower of Lights.
Let's see.
Tower chamber.
Tower Chamber.
Okay.
Well, from here on, pretty straightforward. Prime just clearing as much as they can. Echo's getting hints here and Sank.
Yeah, 12 energy controller.
Yeah. So gravity boost locked behind super missiles. Or fighting Quadraxis, if you really feel up for it. But sadly, I don't think we'll be seeing that anytime soon.
Yeah, So I guess in the best case scenario, the only thing Echoes really needs is a suit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and maybe supers or seekers, depending.
Tank energy controller, I believe, was just an energy tank for either player. Don't remember which one. I don't think we've had a good look at Mining Plaza, actually. If there is anything in Mining Plaza, that could be interesting, because then Amorbus gives us that Echo Visor, which could then immediately open up Mining Plaza. But we're getting hacked here by the Resbits. Heck you, Resbits! That room can be fairly annoying. Oh, and that's a red key. I suppose that's going to be our Aegon key. And it is.
Indeed.
Let's take a look at that tracker. It seems that is the first Aegon key that they have. So the other ones we're missing are in Talon and Chozo.
Charge combo and Sentinel Path. It's probably our supers.
Yep. So that's Super Missile locked behind Echo Visor and Annihilator.
Wow.
Now that could have a huge impact on this seed, because if our runners are comfortable with skipping some Super Missile checks, virtue of some out of bounds, that could be a lot of item requirements that just went down the drain. But if they do need it, yeah, that's that Echo Visor from Amorbis, which is 3 Aegon keys for that, and an Annihilator Beam, which is, well, unknown as of yet.
Artifact. Right.
For a second, I forgot that we aren't playing with the correct item model, so I was going to be valid, but alas.
Battle Grid.
Ooh. It's a progressive suit for Echo, so there's that suit that they've been waiting for. ATS seems to have 2 shinies. One is the Artifact of Nature. But what is this? Is that another artifact? I don't think there were 2, right? This is a nothing, probably. Wavebuster, right. I retract my statements.
This guy is all charge combos for Prime.
Wow. Absolutely humongously stacked.
I think only Sunburst remaining for Echoes.
I think so. Ooh, Bellator making a little bonk. Fortunately, it doesn't make it all the way across the Dark Abyss here. We're seeing a Thardus on red side. Have we seen that in this race yet?
Nope.
Yeah.
Ooh. So that could be pretty big depending on what's on Thardus. Bellator peaks fault and immediately backs out, so I suppose that is nothing of importance either. It's a nice little roll jump. Ah, the perfect screw attack.
Nice.
Love to see it. Yeah. Alright, there's our Aegon key in Talon, so all that remains now is the Chozo key. Oh yeah, from Angry Plant to Angry Rolling Rock. Chozuki was in Elder Chamber, is what chat says, so that should be info on all of them. Artifact going over to Haladrin. Can't quite tell, but I think they're sitting on 8 artifacts right now. close to all of them.
That was a suit in the Band website for a while, so I think that is Prime. Have we seen that check yet?
I don't think so.
Because if so, that would be Phazon suit, which is massive.
Indeed. And I think Bellator is actually about to collect the last artifact here, if that is indeed 8 artifacts on the side of Haladrin right now. Quite getting the slope jump here. And Thardus today, dunk, holds a Sky Temple key. Ooh, nice. +1 for Thardus. Very nice.
Everybody seems to be racking up all the MacGuffins here.
Yeah, wow, it seems to be another Sky Temple key here, and Hall of Honor dead as well. Huh. So we've got a very interesting race on our hands here. On the one hand, Bellator and Haladrin have a lot of artifacts and seem to be slightly ahead in terms of item/knowledge. On the other hand, Nai and Red have more Sky Temple keys, I think, and are also capable of getting those hints right now, virtue of that suit. So definitely still a very exciting race.
Got Red going for the dash here. Not sure why more people don't do the R dash. Find it a lot more consistent. Could just be unaware of it.
Oh, is he doing the pillar climb to the right? I guess not.
So can you tell me the difference between the method they were using and the R dash?
The R dash is an Echo's dash.
Oh.
It's that simple. Yep. And you get a lot more distance out of it. And you dash in a straight line, so it's kind of easier to hit your target. At least I find.
Very good to know. And on the side of Nai here, we're going to be seeing some Sky Temple key hints, I'm sure. I think he is in possession of 3 of them right now, so we're still missing 6. So either he's going to be skipping stuff. Doesn't seem like it. I think he's just going to go to Torvus the vanilla way. They do still need supers and seekers to be able to access it normally.
Oh, Seeker hint.
Seekers in Torvus Bog. No, we haven't been to Torvus yet, so that could be literally anywhere.
Except on Chico, sadly.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, those Seekers are in lower Torvus, in which case they would be locked by supers and or maybe gravity boost, which I think we know where it is.
That we do.
There's Sky Temple key here on the side of Aladrin. What room is that?
I think that was storage B. You could grab a wall, I saw.
Yeah.
Gravity boost and Torvus energy controller, so supers could potentially be locking both that gravity boost and the Seeker launcher if that ends up in lower Torvus. That is true. At least there's the back door through Sanctuary, although you would need to know how to do the statue skip. The dark suit was in Battleground. In Dark Aegon Wastes. I believe red going up here is going to be finding... I think ice was in this area? Yeah, and there it is. Ooh, it seems we found Dark Visor and Path of Roots as well.
I'm guessing that was a Chicka key at the top of Elite Research. Since Hal didn't go for it. Anyone know?
Top was just a key.
Was it Torvis?
He didn't scan it, but
Well,
I think it is.
At this rate, it doesn't matter because they know that Chicka is dead, and if Tumos has anything, I'm sure Bellator knows a way to get in and out through tricks and 3 BSJs, so they can just skip past any red keys they see right now.
I was just wondering if anyone remembered what the hints are.
The Torvis keys, I believe it was Torvis, Sky Temple Grounds, and Mines.
Okay, so that probably wasn't it.
Yeah. Bellator also finding the Sky Temple key. As in all of our depth. Red clearing out Torvis. No luck on those Seekers yet. Every check that we get and it's not those Seeker missiles, it becomes more and more likely that those are actually chilling down in lower Torvis. And it was indeed Phazon suit in abandoned work site.
Oh,
So
okay.
red potentially in a position to finish here, depending on where the Sky Temple keys are. Well, they don't have the artifacts just yet, but yeah, potential going for them.
Ice was in Tower Chamber, Roscar.
Nai returning to start here. Interesting play. They haven't cleared all of Upper Torvis and Dark Torvis yet, so I'm wondering where they're going right now. Perhaps going for those Sky Temple key hints if they are capable of doing so. I think that is what we will be seeing from the side of Bellator here, though. Also not deciding to go for it, goes for the vanilla path to Torvis instead. Oh, right. Bellator is still missing a suit, I think. I don't think Haladrin went to Battleground, so they can't really do... Yeah, they're still on Varia suit, so they couldn't, even if they wanted to. I mean, it is possible with about 5 to 6 energy tanks, but that is one very risky and scary Hell run. I don't think that's worth doing right now, when you've got the entirety of Torvis plus hints left over there.
Indeed.
I wonder if any of those suits, so dark/light suit, are going to be hinted at. Ooh, a red key over there in Sky Temple Grounds. I suppose that's going to be the Torvis key. And it is. Bellator's missile-related upgrade over there, and an ETM, Well, we know that that missile-related upgrade can't be Seekers because we know that Seekers is in Torvusborg, not Dark Torvusborg, so that is just a missile. Thanks, game. The boost ball is an Aegon Wastes.
That is a boost and a spider hint after we received all the items. Nice.
Incredible.
Bellator finding their Dark Visor.
So the puzzle coming together here. Not quite sure if they're going to need the Dark Visor just yet. It's going to depend on the STKs and potential location for the Annihilator Beam.
Since it was an abandoned worksite.
Yeah, so they're going to stumble upon that in just a second. Just a missile here in Great Bridge. And seems like Red just decided to... Oh, sorry, Nai decided to do some tempo grounds checks.
I'll see if I can get that taken care of, Alti. Thanks for pointing that out.
I believe that is just an E-tank here in Taurus Temple. Ooh, on the nice side, we're seeing some skips to finally get to those Sky Temple keys now. Just gonna elect to do the screw attack method here. Didn't quite get it, but close. Screw attack can be a finicky mistress. Oh, almost had it there. Just barely sliding off. And I like to do the 3 BSJ instead. Just a missile in Portal Room in Torvus there. So that is not our Seekers either. And I think with that we've now got Abandoned Bridge and or the Underground Tunnel items left and beyond there. Otherwise it's going to be Lower Torvus for those Seekers. Paladin getting their Phazon suit here. And now you're getting the instant unmorph out of this trick here, but not quite getting the space jump. I think they are unmorphing just slightly too late, slightly too high. And because of that, they're not actually getting the jump input here.
And
that was better. Nice.
For Bellator. So that's 6 keys now. So these keys might not be too bad.
A very nice Phazon suit color there. Love the gold in the ball. And I unfortunately fell off of this door. That one can be a bit slippery. It's gonna go down into the Aether here. Does know where the box is, luckily though, so they can jump back up and get back out there. Bellator, meanwhile, doing a Seeker skip here. Nice, sadly not quite getting the Aether jump they wanted there and fell back down to the bottom of the box. Just gonna have to wait to get another jump now to get back up there. Nicely done by Bellator. Ooh, gets a Sky Temple key for his efforts, so getting awfully close to having all of the Sky Temple keys now. This might be a rare case of a runner not even needing to go for their hints. At which case, for semi-croustillant, it's just a suit off of go mode, unless Bellator is very comfortable with doing suitless bosses.
Yeah, they might need some more E for that, though.
Yeah. Red getting very high up in the box here. Hits the ceiling, it's gonna fall down again, unfortunately. Oh! Yeah, unfortunately they got in front of the door, and because the collision loaded around them, they were pushed back inbound, so they're gonna have to go all the way back to the place here where they're gonna go out of bounds. I actually didn't even know that that was a possibility with that door, so today I learned as well. Bellator also going out of bounds here. Look at all these Echoes players cheating their way out of the game. I love it. It's gonna do the decently simple out of bounds here to skip from Light Portal Room back into Torvus. What this does is essentially... Ooh, very nicely done by Bellator there. What this does is skip a whole trip back to the Dark World just so you can go back to the Light World in Abandoned Bridge. So it saves quite a bit of time if you can do it fast and consistently. So, well done. Adrian taking a peek at the Phasal Mining Tunnel there. I think that was a Metroid, so probably dead because they have all of the translators. Yeah, that must have been some spare ammo indeed. Oh wait, Nige has received light suit, so that means that the other suit is in frigate, in the cargo freight left deck thing to deck gamma something.
Cargo freight lifts to upper deck gamma.
Hey, there you go.
So I guess that gravity suit we got early in the game actually proved useful.
Yeah. Yeah, so now the big question is going to be where these keys end up being, because if there's any that are going to be behind light suits, then this is going to be quite the trek for Team Semi-Croustillant to get to know where those suits are. Because Red the Bath might be in a different position here. Oh, now finally getting the transfer to the other room. Now just needs to fall down. Very nicely done, and now they can continue their trek past this door. They are holding L, but I'm getting it's always a little bit scary to me when they're holding L but looking straight forward, because sometimes Screw Attack likes to be not so kind and still just trigger. So it's nice to always look a little bit up and down. Up or down.
Haldarin sadly has to warp to start, because he cannot do OP without X-Ray.
Oh, X-Ray is still on the loose as well.
As much as he might want to.
Yeah. I don't think we've seen a hint for anything like that either, have we?
We have not, actually. Although Red does have X-Ray, so it is somewhere.
Oh. So I guess Thermal Visor's still on the loose somewhere. But well, Thermal Visor is a suggestion.
Indeed. Although I guess with both Frigate and Thardus having items, it's probably going to show up in not too long.
Yeah.
I think Haldarin, he only grabbed the final item in Frigate. He didn't go reverse.
Yeah. I definitely remember him being in Frigate, so that's probably accurate. Nice. Nai here, getting to the top of the 8 box, can just walk on over and morph in behind this Seeker door, so that they skip that as well. And then we should be at hints. Nice. Gets the morph. Walks up to the door. Transition, and we're in. We're going to get some Sky Tumbleky hints. Let's see where these are hiding. Now, we know most of them already, because the Semi-Croustillant do have 7 right now. But there are still 2 unknown, so get your notepads ready, chat, because let's see if these are spicy or not. Meanwhile, Nai has 3, so still has to get 6. So 4 of these are already known to us. Hash B, yeah, we know that one. Storage A, also known. Transit Tunnel South, Annihilator, and Gravity Boost required. Storage Depot B, we knew. Central Dynamo we've seen, so, last but not least... Mining Station V. Wait, oh. So, I suppose then that Team Red the Bath has one of the keys that Team Semi-Croustillant hasn't seen yet. Because I think that was only one key that was unknown to us spectators.
Indeed. So I guess Annihilator is the final wild card.
Yeah. Oh, Quarantine Cave, that's it. They have not done Thardus yet.
Oh, of course, of course.
I'm dead.
Yeah. Wait, Red did, right? Halogen hasn't yet, right? Or has he?
I can't remember what side it was. I know I saw someone. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Halogen did OP. Oh, I mean Thardus, while Red did not.
I see.
Or not, I guess.
Yeah, perhaps not. Bellator stumbling upon his suit, though, so it's probably very soon also going to be doing some skips to get to the Sky Temple keys. It's going to be very happy finding that one. Morbus required since Supers are in Sentinel's path, and also we have Transit Tunnel South, which is Supers Annihilator and Gravity Boost locked. We have Sonic Boom, that is true. Well, have is a big word. We have knowledge on where Sonic Boom is. I don't think both of them picked it up. Oh, Bellator also receiving his light suit. So, from not having a suit for an hour and 20 minutes to within the minute having his entire light suit. Very nice. Yeah, he is in position to check Feeding Pit here, though, which is just light ammo. Oh, that could have been spicy, because I don't think we've seen that from the side of Red the Bath. Yeah, I think there's 2 checks, maybe? Mining Plaza gets unlocked without Annihilator, and Hive Gyro Chamber gets unlocked without Annihilator. But with Echo Visor. But that's about it. And it opens up the quick path to aerial training site in case that's ever required. Yeah, chat making a valid point here that our player 1 has actually been in go mode for quite a while now, but just cannot end because we do not have knowledge on where the Echo's items are. And what knowledge we do have is, well, not very specific. We know there's a Seekers on the loose somewhere in Torvus, and I believe we've had a Gravity Boost hint, but I don't remember quite where that was.
Yes, I think for Prime in general, we have not seen Baku from Grana, fast processing, or 4P and PCO. So all of us could have Annihilator possibly.
Yeah, and on the side of Echoes, now with that Light Suit and Dark Visor and being unlocked, we could have quite the annoying checks being our logical answer here. Things like Hive Entrance come to mind. Things like Dungeon. No, not Dungeon, because that needs supers.
Aldrin doing really, actually.
Oh! Very interesting. So, Team Semi-Croustillant either deciding to finish bosses here so that Haldren can save and then reset back out, and then whenever they find go mode, just go. Or they might be gambling an end here from Prime. Which would mean that they assume that all of the go mode is somewhere in Echoes. Actually, what are the 2 remaining keys that that are missing on the side of Semi-Croustillant? So let's assume they've done Thardus.
I do think Thardus will be adding up. So I think Thardus and TTS will be the 2.
Yeah, definitely TTS, but yeah, because the other one, All of Honor Dead they've done, Central Dynamo's done, Cash A, yeah, definitely. Storage Depot B, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's actually Thardus, yeah. So they might be in for a cold surprise here if Haldren decides to just go for the bosses.
Yeah, I wonder how they react to that TTS bit. If Haldren will continue.
So the thing is, you can do a very precise morph into out of bounds in lower Torvus. I don't know how consistent that would be for a race like this, though. And you could wall crawl your way all the way over to the TTS key. This would be quite the trek, but because also no super, so they would have to skip from upper Dark Torvus to lower Dark Torvus first. So that would be quite the ways around, but it could potentially skip all of those items.
Haldren going to wait for hints, maybe?
Yeah. So probably, I think you said.
You should probably either just start bosses here or leave.
Yeah, I don't think waiting around is the right answer here. Should probably at least have his save ready, because I don't think he's stepped on the save station just yet. Unless he's... Oh, this might be very smart, actually. He might have saved somewhere earlier in the world and is now waiting for the last 2 keys, so that if his current save is closer to that key, he can just reset and get it. Which is Quarantine Cave. So he's deciding right now.
I think his last save might be landing site, so...
Okay, he decides not to save but to warp instead.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's actually a very interesting choice, because I think the better play would have been for him to save here, then warp, get the key, and then immediately reset back into the crater, right?
Yeah, I think that was probably the play I would go for. Because then you'd have to trek from landing site to impact crater.
Yeah. So for those wondering, so the key that's left is for Prime 2, so our Prime 1 player can just grab that key and then reset to his current save, because they don't need the item. So you could abuse the resetting here. Well, not abuse. Make smart use of the resetting here.
Indeed. I don't know if we've seen Arbor Chamber, actually. That could be interesting.
And welcome to our Raiders from SpeedGaming 5. Happy to have you. Right, now making their way through Sanctuary now.
And just a burger.
Oh yeah, that's a check that had been in Logic for quite a while, right?
I think, or Grapple has not yet been found, so it's not in Logic.
Oh, okay. Right. It's just available early.
Yep.
Which is interesting that then they decide to forgo that check, because grapple does tend to be an early item that you find.
Indeed.
I guess their routing just didn't quite account for it. So Bellator heading back to Torvis here, it seems. So we might indeed be getting the route that I just described of going all the way to Upper Torvis to then wall crawl your way, Upper Dark Torvis, I should say, to wall crawl your way to Lower Dark Torvis, to then go to Lower Light Torvis, to then do a very precise out of bounds into skipping the gravity boost and annihilator requirements for Transit Tunnel South.
And Aldrin may be doing plasma processing. No, actually, skipping it. Let's hope Annihilator is not here then.
Yeah, I think because Haladrin is skipping that, that to me says that they think they're in go mode right now.
Oh, you think he's just going for Thardos?
I think so, yeah. I mean, he's looking at the items that are like easy on his way right now, right? So he just peeked this item, and he got the one on the top of Arbor Chamber, I think it was.
Yep.
But like a slow one, like plasma processing, he's probably gonna forgo it. Yeah, exactly, because we've seen Bellator play in the past. He has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, so. Nai doing a very nice 3BSJ here into some standable.
Yes, you know, Bell did get hints.
Gonna decide to go the vanilla way to go up to the bomb slot here.
Okay,
Yes, up.
Quarantine monitor check. I don't think we've seen this one actually. Ah, just a miss out.
Oh yeah, right, because Red didn't succeed in the dash. Alright, so now for Rock 2.0.
It's even better the second time.
Wow. Oh, and Bellator doing one of my least favorite tricks in the entire game. Gate skip. Where you have to shimmy yourself up this very finicky ledge, do a bomb space jump, make sure you're all the way to the back of the gate, and then try to wedge yourself between some collision of a tree, which will then push you over the gate. Now, if your bomb space jump is high enough here, I believe you can go over the gate immediately, but if it's not, you'll have to wait a little bit.
Single BSJ enough?
Yes. Actually, you cannot do more than a single BSJ, because if you try to do 2 or more, you will fall down.
Okay.
Being very careful with the unmorphs here. And that's what happens most of the time. You jump up against the collision, and unfortunately you have to retry. Or you just fall down like that, because the game decided to. Wondering what Bellator is trying to achieve with this, though, because... Oh, I think Bellator is trying to find Seekers, maybe? Because some of the available Torvis checks are still over there. Oh, Bellator is actually trying to get out of bounds here. I thought they almost fell out of bounds accidentally, but this is intentional here. An abandoned work site, trying to get into this tiny morph ball tunnel. Does manage to jump out of bounds here. Let's see where this goes. Ooh, I don't think I've seen this before. I'm very against gate skip, so if this is an alternative to gate skip, you know I will be learning this. trying to jump up on an Aether box that seems to be aligned a little bit weird here. It's not quite on the door.
We have Annihilator and Grab Chamber.
Oh, there's that Annihilator. So interestingly, also there's the Skytomb key from Thardus. But yeah, with that Annihilator, they're now going to have to do a Morbis to get that Echo Visor, to get the... I think... Was that maybe Gravity Boosts in Sentinel's Path? There's something in Sentinel's Path. Nice screw attack there from Nye to get over to the artifact, so I don't have to do the puzzle here. Well done.
And Halloran is going to continue clearing, it seems.
So Bellator has now made his way over here.
Or... No, actually. As I say that, he turns around.
I'm not quite sure what Bellator is trying to achieve right now, because he could just walk in here with his Dark Beam, so surely they must be trying to wall crawl their way over to Torvus Temple. Because I think right now what his problem is that he's trying to skip past the Super's door that's blocking him from going into Lower Torvus. Wait, no, but there's another Super's door there, so... Yeah, exactly what Naruto said. There was an out of bounds closer to Torvus Temple, so I'm still unsure as to what means this one is. Okay, there's the Superstore that he's trying to skip. But if that is all he's trying to skip... Oh, right, he's trying to get into the back of Upper Torvus. So in that case, just skipping this door would indeed be enough. Like, if you want to just have the Torvus Grove and Underground Tunnel checks, for example. Ooh, almost got in there. Yeah, so the problem with the Aether box for this door here is that it actually ends a little bit too low. So what you have to do is jump up against the collision there, then morph and bomb jump yourself up, because you're never going to get a jump that's higher than that.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm going to start these bosses, it seems.
Bellator walking out of bounds and fell all the way to Lower Torvus, and I don't think that was part of his plan. Yeah, that was a pretty lengthy out of bounds there to reset, so that is very unfortunate. Yeah, like you said, Halloran going for bosses. So Bellator must indeed be confident that he can get this key with trickery and out of bounds. So we're going to see a Battlegrounds check, I believe, from Red here. Oh, because we do know this is a beam-related upgrade, so this could very well be supers. Unfortunately, it is just dark ammo, though. Red, very nice morph there to save the momentum, keep him from falling all the way down that way. Final bosses on the end of Halloran here. Predictions? Are we going to be seeing any wave busters or flamethrowers this time?
I do hope for a rare wave buster. That'll be fun.
Ice spreader? Ice spreader is just... that's a given, right?
Of course.
Given that they have enough missiles, of course. Now you could go for a Storage C check, but they would have to do some out of bounds for it because no supers yet. Oh, right, yeah. So what Bellator is doing now is he's going all the way around through Sank to do statue skip instead, which is another way of getting into lower Corvus. Inkash too, yeah, that would be the Annihilator check there in the Dark World. Yeah, I am very interested to see where all these items ended up being, because this is quite something. Actually, hold on. I believe that we do know that our Seekers have to be in... Well, they're definitely behind super missiles. Because Seekers locks you from going to the back of Upper Torvus, and the super doors also lock that area. And since the Seekers we're looking for, it's definitely the super missile that's locking them. Worm's the word? Are we gonna have some worm rave here? Logically required, because I think the gravity boost is in Sentinel's path. Also realizing they need a power bomb for the way. It's gonna grab an extra one. So the STK is not Echo locked, it's Annihilator locked. And I think what Bellator is going to do here is some out of bounds shenanigans to get it. There's a weird collision clip near the safe station, so it can get out of bounds. Well, I guess if I remember correctly, if Gravity Boost is indeed in Sentinel's path, then technically the Transit Tunnel South Sky Temple Key is Echo locked by virtue of that other check. Got a lot of action on our screen right now. We have Red with a very interesting, or Knight with a very interesting camera there. On the Morbis, we've got Bellator doing statue skip, and we've got Haladrin doing Prime. Elevator music. Now you're going for
wave us here.
Hey, there it is. Very nice. Does get it. So worm skip for a Morbis. Only gonna have to fight 2 worms in final phase. Very well done. And also good job on the Exofight.
Yep.
Took me a bit to find the word there. I was gonna say essence, but essence is the big blue blob over here.
Indeed.
So what are your predictions for essence? Any skips? Any Metroids being annoying?
Also, getting a 3-4 might be a bit difficult.
Yeah, and there's the Seeker missile in Hydro... Not the storage one.
Hydro Dynamo Station?
Station. Thank you. Hydro Dynamo Station. So definitely super locked. So that is still our big unknown for Echoes right now. Right, and no thermal visor, so it's going to have to go for blind shots here. He's aimed slightly higher, I think. Quite get it there. Yeah, and I think Red resetting, so I think Red might have had... might have given Nai their final Sky Temple key just now, and is going to be heading for bosses as well. They are wanting to start, so I think so. And
yeah, let's hope that'll work. Handle this out.
Yeah, so all he has to do here is screw attack into this tunnel, which is very finicky. These tunnels do not like to cooperate. And from there, I believe it is a simple just bit of Aether jumping up to the item. And these tunnels are very finicky because they're slightly curved, so getting in front of this tunnel is probably the hardest part about this.
That will be harder. Assuming Bellator can finish with the items they have now.
So Haladrin finishing with an official race time of 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 00 seconds.
Very well played. And Red will also be starting his final bosses, it seems.
Oh, so it is G for the side of Semi-Croustillant. And soon to be for Red the Buff as well. So I think Nai is making his way over to... oh, actually, I just remembered. It wasn't a gravity boost. It was a charge combo in Sentinel's Path. That super missile is chilling in Sentinel's Path. So they're going to be getting that super missile right now. I am very sorry for misremembering that all that time. Although we have also had a gravity boost hint, so that is also just somewhere. Ooh, very close for Bellator.
So for this trick, do you want to cancel this screw attack early, or as you're entering?
Sorry, say that again?
For the trick Bellator is trying, do you want to cancel the screw attack early, or as you're entering the tunnel?
So the way I do it is cancel it early, I think, yeah. He's doing a very high screw attack and canceling it early as well. I think personally I start the screw attack very low and then cancel it early. So you like slide into the tunnel from below. Definitely not being kind to him, but these are some of the harder tunnels to get into. In my personal experience.
Now getting a super missile, finally.
Oh yeah. Hour 48 minutes in, finally the super missile.
So with that, assuming he goes to lower Torvis, he might end up finding his Seekers as well.
Yeah, actually. So depending on where that gravity boost was, that we just cannot remember right now, yeah, they might be getting their Sky Temple key soon-ish as well. Although it does seem that Nai still only has 5 keys right now, so they're going to have to make a little journey around the world for the other keys as well.
Indeed.
So Nai not going for lower Torvis here, so perhaps they don't know the skip to get to it. He's gonna head for the door to start the quad fight here, which signals to me that they're trying to get to the safe station here to reset. Well, reset warp start.
Bellator sadly not having any luck with this out of bounds.
Yeah, this tunnel, like I said, very finicky. Ooh, that was very close.
That was fun.
Yeah, the way he's doing it right now, the jump, the low jump, and then the screw attack, this is getting much closer, I think. So I believe we will be seeing him get this very soon. Yeah, Bellator definitely has to commit to this.
And no Winter Slice, I don't think he did. I actually don't think he saved in whatever the one next to Workstation is either. So his last save is quite a while ago.
Yeah, so they definitely have to commit to this now. There's no way that Haladrin goes back into this seed.
Yeah, especially
Especially-
with Red going to finish
Yes.
soon. If they see that in the race down, they're going to be like, oh, we can't go back now.
Absolutely. Yeah, so Nai is missing mining station B and storage A.
It's close.
Yeah. And then he's also missing TTS, so what Bellator's trying for right now, and one more. There we go.
Very
Okay.
nice.
The tunnel. Now, interestingly, they are in the wrong tunnel right now because they need to be at Transit Tunnel South. I believe this is Transit Tunnel West or East, one of the two, because they don't have Annihilator Beam. So now they're going to have to actually wall crawl around another room here before they get to Transit Tunnel South. But from there, it should be fairly straightforward. Water definitely not helping here. Makes these Aether jumps very small and very, well, like heavy, so you're not getting a lot of height. He's going to decide to go for the other side of the door, perhaps not being bothered by water there. As I say that, Caster Curse. Is slowly but surely getting up here, though.
Indeed.
Seems to have found it. Yeah, just needs to get onto the door now, which has a weird collision because of the stuff that's around the door here. So let's hope that he doesn't get pushed back out of bounds. Okay, gets pushed on top of the door now. He needs to just get a jump in so that the next room loads. Needs to jump more on the left-ish side of the room, but I think there's some collision blocking him there. So he's just gonna need to try for these very tiny jumps. Hopefully get it. There, does seem to get the transition. Although now he's in crypt. Okay. So now he just has to walk around this room and then jump his way back up to transition to Transit Tunnel South. Quite the trek, but we're getting there. And it seems Nai had not done the temple fight yet, so now with supers in hand, it's probably gonna go to this fight, assuming that their seekers are here in Torva's energy controller. Sadly, not gonna run into them there, but he is gonna get a hint for his troubles. So we're now at the bottom of the room. He's gonna have to get a jump here. Nicely done. Now just needs to get on top of this door. Let's manage to get it, and we are in Transit Tunnel South. So now it is just a matter of getting next to the item, either jumping up, jumping towards the item, and then, personally, for me at least, the hardest part of this is getting back in bounds, because as you've seen, the collision in these rooms is a bit whack. Also, I think that was the gravity boost. Yeah, Nai just collected gravity boost in Torva's energy controller. That's where that was chilling all this time. So I stand corrected. They definitely wanted to be here.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised Bellator didn't stumble upon that, but maybe their route didn't allow for it.
They didn't have super, so they
They
couldn't
didn't
get
have
into
supers,
the.
yes, and they didn't do the
Yeah,
out of bounds, of course.
indeed. So it's just gonna jump up here in this lovely little Aether box. It's gonna get close to the item, jump into it. Ooh, needs to jump around the collision though, not into it. But I'm sure he'll get it here. Yeah, almost. There we go. All right.
Very nice. Now just the trek back.
Yeah, exactly. Now to get back. Getting him back inbounds is also a little finicky. He's gonna decide to go for the box near the door to jump up, it seems. Yeah, Nai doing back of Torvus first. I think I agree with this play because they don't know where their Seekers is. So getting these 3 items real quick, back to back, and then running back to go to lower Torvus is nice because if, in their shoes, if this Seeker ends up being in the back of upper Torvus here, it would be very bad to leave it behind when you're going for lower Torvus. So this is absolutely the play for them. Gets an energy tank for their trouble as well.
As a red done with his EXO, heading into Essence.
Yeah, 156 heading into Essence. That's about a 10-minute difference now. How long does the Essence fight usually take?
It depends on your visors really, but shouldn't take more than a couple of minutes.
Oh yeah, true, because no thermal visor.
Yeah, and if you get skipped a couple of times,
Ah, yeah.
you can add some time to it.
Bellator trying to find the edge of the Aether box here for this door, so he can jump his way back up.
Echo's players are doing good Kirby. Bellator is in go mode, just need to get back in bounds here.
You know, just Echo's players doing what Echo's players do best. Cheat their game out of the way! I mean, what?
Of course, nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nai here going to the back of Upper Torvus as well, like all the way over to Plaza. Again, because they don't know where Seekers is, so this is the most check-dense location, so the play definitely makes sense. Unfortunately, not going to find them here. They're chilling in Hydrodynamo Station. So the first thing they're going to see when they get to Lower Torvus, sadly, is going to be that Seeker Missile. Belts are transitioning back to Transitional South so that they can get through this collision with a simple bomb jump here. If the collision wants to play nice.
Which it never does.
Of course. Hey, there we go. We're back
Very
in
well
bounds.
played by Bellator.
And just like that, Bellator is now in go mode to get to his final bosses.
Yep, so they will have to do a final out of bounds to skip supers, and then they will be on their way. At the same time, Red is finishing up his essence. And that is GG to him.
That is GG to Red and G to Red the Buff. Yeah, Semi-Croustillant definitely should have this in the bag. At this point, they're raced to lose, but you never know. Could be some shenanigans on final bosses. DS4 does not like to play nice a lot of the time. Yeah, Bellator definitely made good use of those seekerless strats. Gave them a huge up on cache A, for example, to get in there, collect the Sky Temple key. Would have been a little bit out of the way to go collect that after the fact. Then again, with him running into that Seeker in Hydro Dynamo Station, and that Super Missile door being a one-way door, he could have just gone up to, well, back to Upper Torvus and made his way over to Cache A, so it wouldn't have been too big of a way around, even if he couldn't do it. Which I think that might be what Nai is going to be doing as well. Actually, no, I think Nai has the Cache A key. There's probably no need for that. Nai showing us how to actually do this room the vanilla way. Doing the puzzle, not cheating.
Now, without out of bounds.
I call it cheating, but obviously it is all fair play. The bounds of this game are there to be broken. So, yeah. There are multiple ways to roam. Oh, and Red scrolled through the artifacts, artifacts through the hints just now. I didn't catch where Thermal Visor was. Did you guys catch where that was?
I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it either, but it was hinted in the Echo Zone somewhere.
Ooh, okay.
Dark Torvus Arena. I think
Torvus Arena. Ooh, okay. So that was Boost Guardian, or its adjacent item. Not too bad of a check, but kind of out of the way to go for. So understandable that they didn't pick it up. Right, and Bellator once again doing the out of bounds here because still no supers or seekers. So have to make their way around here. Is going to show us the other way of doing this, which is going back inbounds here, and then they're going to do a screw attack into a morph ball tunnel to get... Oh, actually, never mind, because they have seekers now, so they can just do this. No need for more out of bounds. Pretty sure the out of bounds shenanigans are done now.
Yeah, as fun as they might be, right before final bosses. Probably just wants to end.
Yeah. Nai pressing pause there. We've all done it. Stumbled into the elevator from lower to upper Torvus and then pressed pause because we think it's going to be a cutscene. But alas, that one is a cutsceneless elevator. Happens to the best of us. So we're heading into the Sky Temple here. I'm going to be very interested to see how he's going to deal with Emperor Ing here, because he does not have Annihilator Beam, nor does he have Super Missiles right now, so he's going to have to do an alternative strat here to get past the Emperor Ing 1 phase. Probably just going to be spamming Light Beam shots, if I had to guess. But let's see how he decides to deal with this. Yeah, Charge Light does seem to be the optimal strat here, but let's see how they handle it. Red jumping into Metroid here, question mark. Right, we didn't see Sunburst, did we?
It seems like Bellator has it on their track.
No, that would be Light Beam, that's not Sunburst. Yeah. Sadly, the 3-line tracker does not have a Sunburst icon on it, so even if they do have it, we can't see if it's there.
Yeah, my guess would be probably somewhere in 800.
Something like that, yeah.
It's just in a different game.
Yeah. These Metroid players always flexing out of bounds on us, even if they're not playing the right game.
Of course.
Alright, nicely done by Bellator. Pretends cool not playing nice. Wanted to stay in his house for a little bit longer.
We have plenty of PBs.
Yeah, they're good on that front, so not going to be a problem. Timing not quite right on that one either. Lovely. Yeet! Always funny when you get thrown into the air by entering like that. Ooh. Went for a charge attack there, that's kind of unfortunate. Because that was going to be a really good screw attack, but then he just kind of charged out of the way. Same there, doing a little Spidey side dodge. Ah. Ooh, almost there. Just a little screw attack. Oh.
Next one should make it.
Just using Emperor Ing 3 as a standable terrain there. Very nice. Yeah, so because Halodrin finished before Bellator, sorry, before Red, if Bellator finishes before Nai, they know that they've won the race. So unless Bellator takes more than 10 minutes to do this Dark Samus fight, I think they know that this is probably GG. Oh yeah, and Bellator not having Annihilator Beam here, so had to settle for a few Dark Beam shots. I think he got about half of the damage that he wanted, so he's going to have to do a little bit of extra damage in the phase after this. Hopefully trying to lock her up with those missiles. And go for screw attack. Does get the missile to deflect. Okay, very nice. I think he's got Dark Samus locked in now. Ooh, she's not playing nice. Okay, there we go. One more, and not quite. Must have like a sliver of health left at this rate, because those were some nice screw attacks. And that is GG.
And that will be the semi-croustillants finishing.
That's our finishing. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No you, no you.
Oh. So Bellator with a time of 2:07.58, and Haldorin with a time of 1:46.00. Very well played by both runners.
Indeed. Right. Now you're about to, I think, collect their last Sky Temple key.
Indeed. And with all items, the rest of the game should be a breeze.
Indeed. So very close race, actually. In this case, slight edge to the semi-croustillant for being able to skip all of those Echoes items in the end there. So that was quite the trek to go get all of those for that one key.
Yes,
that was
very
rude.
judged.
That was really
Also,
rude, that one key.
And also getting to skip Morbus was also nice.
Yeah. The item requirement for that was ridiculous. So they had to do a Morbus to get Echo, and then Annihilator, which was somewhere, to get Supers. Yeah. Wow. No, so this is actually this first Swiss round of the main tournament already. Placements were done beforehand. So, yeah, round 1. This is, I think, the second to last match. Last match being tomorrow on Sunday at, I believe it is, oh, that's 10 p.m. my time. So that would be, no, sorry, 9 p.m. So it'd be 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think. If you want to stay up to date with the current races and when they're going to be held, then definitely make sure you join the Discord so you can stay up to date. And joining us for the interview are Haladrin and Bellator. GG's to you guys.
Thank you.
So
that ending was very exciting.
I'm really pissed off about the streak in lower Torvus. It's been so long since I did out of bound in lower Torvus, so I was pretty lost. But the fact that Aldadrin was able to finish that much quickly was a big factor, of course.
yeah, that was really nice. That gave you guys a lot of time to play with. You guys were probably looking at the race time room, so you knew that you had about a 10-minute time window for you to at least finish before night. Because you guys were able to skip all of those item requirements for that one STK, which was quite rude. You guys actually shot ahead. Nai just collected their last key and is on their way to final bosses right now, actually, with all of the items in tow.
Okay. Where was the Annihilator beam?
We're about to see it here.
A gravity chamber.
Gravity chamber,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. And then we had the long streak of Echo Visor on a Morbis, combined with that Annihilator beam, which led to the super missile in
Sentinel Path.
Yeah, Sentinel's Path, which then led to the Seeker missile down in Lower Torvus.
When I saw these Seekers right in Hydro Dynamo Station, I was pretty confident that we are about to win, because that convinced me that the logic chain was pretty, I want to say, one-sided.
Yeah. It was a pretty rude logic chain with a lot of items being in hard-to-access locations just to get to the next thing, yeah.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about that early game, by the way? Very, well, not so generous, right?
Very classic, in my opinion.
Yeah. Aside from my bombs, it was okay. We are used to kind of bad seeds together.
That is true, that is true.
Yeah, nothing really troubling for me in Prime. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, indeed. Interesting start, though, with that plasma beam being literally the first item that you received.
Yeah. It's a lot of comfort to burn people.
That's true. Don't take that out of context.
And also, I have to ask, as somebody not very well versed in the French language, what does your team name stand for?
You want to tell, or?
It's just, how do I explain that? I want to say a private joke in a famous TV show.
Yeah.
Let's say that way.
Okay.
It's kind of a reference.
Are you able to pronounce it? It's semi-croustillant.
Yeah,
Very
Paris
nice.
had your pronunciation of that.
I think I was really close to that, yeah. But I assume that is also where the profile picture of your team is from them,
Exactly.
the TV show. Hey,
Exactly.
very nice. Alright, Nai on final boss right now. Emperor Ing 1 did unfortunately miss the first super missile, so is going to have to do a second phase here. think you also had to do a second phase, but that was because you didn't have Annihilator or Supers to your disposal.
Almost missed the second phase. I was like one
Yeah.
shot.
Probably
one
one
shot.
charge being shot off.
Yeah.
Yeah, very close. I don't think we ended up seeing Sunburst either.
I don't think so. Actually, I think outside of Wave Burster, I didn't see any beam combo at all.
Yeah, in the Echo side, perhaps. I think as spectators, we've seen all of them except for Sunburst.
Yeah, I guess Ney and Red cleared more of their game than we did.
I think so, yeah.
Just about the fact that Annihilator was hard required. I mean, at one point before Aldadrin was about to go to Impact Crater, we were wondering if he had to check over item or not, or if I was confident enough to skip all those items. I was a bit nervous about it, but the time saved by that was worth.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Indeed. And that also allowed you to skip Amorbus, which saved a lot of time as well.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing after Tardus, I want to start, and if I kept on Deep Friend Runner, I would have to please Annihilator Beam, so it would not have changed a lot at the end, I think. Because it was in Gravity Chamber, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was about to find it just after.
Yeah, so when you climbed to Transport Tunnel, I was like, oh, he might find it.
Yeah, no. I was just checking this one, but nope.
Yep. So yeah, except for that Transport Tunnel South, both artifacts and keys were very nice, I'd say.
Yeah, very nice.
At one point
I was very scared that Echo Visor were required for an SDK or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. At what point we thought that we could probably end even without the hints. It was so close that you had like 7 SDKs, I think, and all my artifacts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the booth we were thinking that as well, because you had the 7. The only thing that was still lacking for you a little bit was that suit. So, what did you think about that suit, huh?
It went from Via to Light.
Yep.
It's funny and a bit worrying in the same time, because like having 2 suits back to back it's always fun, but the fact that it was in Aegon that I skipped for Sank and Torvus, I was a bit nervous. I thought Ney found that suit way earlier than I did.
He did,
probably.
Indeed.
Yeah. That was a worrying point for me, but other than that, it was okay.
Yeah. Also allowed you to check feeding pits while you were there. Unfortunately, nothing.
Fortunately.
But yeah, that was quite funny seeing you go from 0 suits to full light suit in less than a minute.
Yeah, in less than 10 seconds even.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah, luckily that light suit ended up not being required.
Alright, and GG's to Team Red the Bath. Nai finishing with an official race time of 2 hours, 19 minutes, and 2 seconds. See if we can get them in here for an interview as well.
So yeah, 2 very different routes, but still very well played by both teams.
Yeah, indeed. And in the beginning, it was just mostly checks everywhere. Items that got the teams going a little sooner were Space Jump I think one of the space jumps on your side was slightly late compared to the other team, and the other team got their bombs very late compared to you.
Probably. I know the prime space jump were in Saint Cash,
Oh yeah,
and when I received the Ember translator, I was in the labs. So maybe
yeah,
that.
yeah. You were quite a ways off. And
Yeah.
also, Red the Bath had their Echo space jump much sooner, so they were doing a lot of screw attack checks early
No.
on.
Yeah.
They got their dark beam in Windchamber Gateway there, and then it looked a little spooky, but in the end, not too bad.
Speaking of that, I was pretty happy that I did the secret door in Mineshaft, and behind that they were two SDKs.
Oh yeah, that was well done by you indeed. Skipping the Seekers with that screw attack. Very well done.
Took me a few
Red,
tries, but sorry.
sorry. Red still needs an invite. They didn't get theirs. Sorry to cut you off.
No problem.
There's Nai isn't here already.
Yep. Hi.
Hi, GG's to you.
GG.
Jeez.
Let's wait
GG.
until Red gets in here so we can pluck your brains a little bit about the seed.
How do you manually send it to them?
I can do it.
That's a
Thanks.
good question. But yeah, so in case anyone is keeping track of it, added required bosses +1 of Morbus. And what was it that Boost Guardian was?
Thermal.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not required. Also, you guys didn't have any RAs. Did both teams not put any in, or were there some, but those were perhaps declined?
I didn't. From our side, we didn't want something special, but Ney wanted the cross models,
Oh yeah,
but Red wasn't very up to.
I didn't want to chance a crash.
Yeah.
yeah,
By the way, yeah, I'm now here. Thanks for the
yeah.
invite.
Joined by Red. Hello.
Anyway,
GG's to you.
rate my my NES speedrun.
Indeed. So, Red the Bath, what did you guys think about this seed?
I think it was all right. I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Boss, the routing on my end, I think it could have been better, but I think I was happy with it overall.
Yeah, I was just bouncing back between Temple Grounds and Aegon early on, and I think that killed me, kind of.
Yeah, so I think for the early game, I think Red the Bath had a small lead with early space jumps and things.
Yeah.
And then in the late game, being able to skip a lot of key items allowed Bellator to end, or semi-Christians to end early.
Yeah, because you guys actually ended up getting the whole chain of going to Morbus for Echo Visor, for that supers to then get the Seeker Missile. But your opponents actually did a bunch of out of bounds and skips to get around that item requirement, which took them a lot of time. But
Yeah.
because it was just one key that was locked by those items, it did allow them to skip all of those items in the end.
Yeah, I do know about the out of bounds to get the TTS and TT items, but I never done it, and I don't want and didn't want to risk that, so I just ended up hunting over the other items.
They
Yeah,
are quite annoying.
it took me quite a lot of time, but it allowed Aldadrin to finish way quicker than normally.
I actually had a panic moment when I went to research core because I looked down for my first visit. I looked down, it looked like thermal to me, so I just left it.
Oh.
And then once I started thinking, I need supers, and then got the thermal hint, I was like, It's research core supers. Did I mess up?
Oh no.
Oh no.
So I skipped I had to go through the workstation elevator to check it. It was flamethrower, which kind of made me roll my eyes. But if that hint was never found and I just didn't panic to like check to make sure I wasn't going crazy, I would never probably neither would have been found much later probably.
Mm.
So I got lucky a little bit there.
Yeah, that is nice that you ended up finding that. Also not found on the side of semi-croustillant.
Oh, did you just never go to research core? Oh no, wait, hold on, Bren.
You
He did. He
grab
turned
the
around because he
chambers.
didn't have ice beam at the time, and
Right,
then they never.
Yeah.
that's my thought too. I thought it's like, if that's thermal, I'll just get it later. But no, it's flamethrower.
Yep, and then by the time they might have gone to back of Andrana, they were go mode.
Right. So it was just at that point, just out of bounds knowledge that kind of made the difference. Okay, it's interesting.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, I don't feel too bad then, because if that's the case, if you guys just said I don't want to do that and just went out of bounds, it means the seed. This last couple chain was probably the worst in the seed then.
To be honest, we were a bit lucky that this out of bound allowed to skip that much, because it took me a very, very long time to get it. I
Yeah.
haven't done it in like month, so it was really, really bad executions.
You still skipped and like bouncing around between a lot of elevators though.
That is true. And skipping to have to go to Morbus, for example.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too. So you made up a lot of time that way.
Yeah, but so if it was any other item, anything hard locked by that echo visor, for example, let's say like a main gyro, then it would have been a very different story here.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
I was scared of that.
Yeah. So when you did skip, when you got a suit, got your hints, and then saw that it was just that one key, which was annoying but skippable, you probably told Haladrin to go finish, right?
Not exactly.
Hmm.
I was wondering if I have to go, if Aldrin should make some quick check in hope to find the annihilator.
Ah, yeah.
But after center point, I was like, go finish. The time that you will gain will 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 beat the the potential time loss I will have to do for this out of bounds.
Yeah. Yeah, I did notice that because so Haladrin did Ridley, and then you got your keys, of which Stardust was the one you had to go back for.
Yeah.
So he did make a few checks along the way there. Fortunately, not finding the Annihilator Beam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was close though. Because it's next to TARDIS.
Yeah, indeed. And while all that was going on, Team Red the Bath was, on top of the items. You guys were just making checks, and with all the knowledge that you had running back and forth, getting all the requirements that you needed to get in there.
Yeah.
Also,
Again,
very unfortunate that Seekers ended up being in the first check in Lower Torvus because I told in the stream as well that I agreed with your play. You checked like the entirety of Upper Torvus because it would have been bad if you went to Lower Torvus and then not found it there, so you'd have to go back. So it was kind of unfortunate that it was just sitting there in Lower Torvus.
so
Yeah.
I was thinking if it was a Bellator wasn't finished by now, I was betting he couldn't find the Seekers or its last items either. Completely forgetting that out of bounds is like Echo's like thing.
Yeah.
So I wasn't feeling too bad, but then well, it proved me wrong.
Yeah, well, I think in total the out of bounds took Bellator probably like a good 15 minutes at least.
Yeah, probably, but way too much.
Yeah, because you were banging your head against the tunnel at first. You couldn't get into the tunnel, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
This
also,
tunnel is very annoying.
yeah. Oh, and also before that, actually, you were trying to skip the. So I want to. have your thought process here, because you were doing an out of bounds. You went out of bounds in abandoned worksite, made your way over the Great Bridge, and then
Yeah.
Torvus Temple. What were you trying to achieve there, actually, before you
I
fell?
really want to go for that gravity boost to make the wall crawl way easier in lower Torvus. And before grabbing that, it's really easy to
Oh.
go back out of bound in controller access.
Yeah.
So with that, you can just fall off and pick the elevator to lower Torvus directly. So
However,
it was just quality of life.
okay. Yeah, I understand your thought process here. However, there would have been a super missile door stopping you from going to lower Torvus.
No, I was
Right?
no, I wanted to go to stay out of bounds until I
Oh.
reached the Hydro Dynamo station.
Oh, okay, I see.
Because if you go to the controller out of bounds,
Mm-hmm.
when you leave the controller in bounds, the bomb slot is not turned, and this is a easy secret wall
Oh, interesting.
because you never turned in the first place. He's
Yeah.
still facing Torvus Temple. And you can
Huh.
just go along the wall and voila, 3 out of bounds.
Interesting. So you would have gone back out of bounds there and then made your way over to lower Torvus through the out of bounds there?
Yep.
Oh, wow. You'll have to show me that one time, because that sounds spicy.
But unfortunately, I fell in the elevator,
Yeah.
so it was way too much work to be recovered. So I just reset.
Yeah, I think that was a smart play. That would have been like a very long way to get all the way back up there.
Yeah. Torvus Temple is always annoying with all the things that go there.
Yeah.
Even with inbounds, the crash, the underground tunnel having progression 9 times out of 10,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, gladly we didn't see any deaths or any crashes today. Just the one time you had to reset, really.
I was half expecting to die, or at least get very close to dying in final bosses, because I was Prime, for at least on my side, Prime was starved for E tanks.
Oh.
Really?
2 E tanks for like going into final bosses.
Wow.
Oh,
Also,
That
wow.
was
also Jack and Jill giving me a hard time climbing up that room. They really didn't want me. I just gave us an alright, fine, I'll just climb up
Jack
normally.
Jack and Jill being the Metroids there, I assume.
Yeah, that's what they're called, I believe.
Nice.
I heard it called them Jack and Jill, but man,
That's
they were
great.
being rude to me that entire time.
Yeah, but I didn't notice that 2 E-tanks. So you did manage to finish final bosses there
Oh
with 2
no,
E-tanks.
Nye picked up like an extra 3 or 4 E tanks on the way to final bosses, or like in the
Oh,
middle of
okay.
final bosses, so I was fine. But most of the seed, I was running on 2 E tanks.
that's
Yeah,
funny
the
scary.
because
E-tanks were mostly on upper turbos, which I really kind of avoided.
yeah.
I'm willing to put on a show for the stream, but man, doing final bosses with minimal E tanks is very scary. But Nye just came in and said, here's like a handful of E tanks. Go have fun."
Just sprinkled them on top of you. There.
Yeah, just take the liquid out. It's fine. Put on the cannon and just shoot it like a projectile,
Oh, yeah.
like a
I'll
like a
speak.
wa-
Yeah.
like a water gun. Anyway, what you're saying?
Yeah. So speaking of cannons, what did you guys think of that early cannonball?
I panicked. I panicked when I grabbed it. Like I was like, oh, we know where the cannonball is, and I picked it up anyway.
Ah.
That
But
was kind of sad.
yeah, but it did end up being the right play for you guys, because you did have a hint as to where the boost ball was. So you knew that that couldn't be far off. So even if you did lose it, because you'd have to go through portal access, it wouldn't be too long before you got your boost ball there in, I think it was Mineshaft.
Yeah, mineshaft.
I'm sad about towards though getting bombs, it was just unfortunate timing for item gets on my end because I keep getting items for Nye, and he was just as soon as he just walks away from a check that required said items.
Oh yeah,
Twice that happened, and I feel sad. Those bombs
that
were
happens
very funny though.
sometimes. Yeah, bombs were funny. And so Bellator, you lost your cannonball in Sank entrance. Did you do
Yeah.
that intentionally?
No, the pirates like
Mhm.
bumped me a
Ah, yeah.
little bit
Okay.
forward, and I got force morphed.
Yeah.
And when I went backward, I just overshoot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did think that you got bumped by a pirate, but didn't quite see what happened there. Thank you for
Yeah,
clearing that up.
it was a slight bump, but enough to force morph, so kind of
Ah,
bad. But at this point, I think I just got the bombs, and with that, I wasn't confident to just one get the boost ball, and two, if
mhm.
I had to, I can always get cannonball in worker path.
Oh, right. Yeah, that is true. And you did have knowledge of that boost ball as well. Like you'd peeked the item, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a hint for the morph ball. They said the morph ball
Yeah.
was 4 rooms away from boost ball, and at that point we knew where boost ball basically was.
Yeah, exactly. He knew that it couldn't be far. So yeah, do you guys have any more questions for us?
Nope.
Not really.
Let me think. I think I had some questions earlier, but I don't remember them. So when did they get like phase on suit? When it was go mode for them, or at least on the prime side?
I'll let you guys answer that actually.
I think it was. After Aegon. I went directly to Sync because I knew there were 4 artifacts, and I think one of the ints, one of the Cobalt ints was a suit int. I think in main research,
Yeah, correct.
and that convinced me to go to Torvus right after. And after that, Aldrin was basically in go mode.
Okay, so that sounds about the Torvus play seems kind of sort of intentional on both sides because Nye actually ended up getting the item, the what is it, SDK in Hall of Honor Dead, and decided to save in Torvus and just kept going and got my phase on suit.
Okay. Did
Yeah,
he?
I wanted to hunt Seekers at that moment because I'm like, you know what? Might as well do that now. If they're not over Turtles, then they're super talk, whatever. But I just found Payson suit and decided, and the moment I got the Payson suit, I said, you know what? Might as well get my hints now
Hmm.
because if Red doesn't really have any of them, he can just go and finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think at that point I was on my way to I think in Life Grove at that point, and I went to go straight to mines to get the rest of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that was absolutely the correct play for both of you, getting the hints there, and then afterwards sweeping Torvus to try and get those seeker missiles.
Overall, I think I'm happy on the prime side. Now I have the on the Echo side was a bit rude if you intend to follow logic, but
Yeah.
clearly you don't need to at times.
Yeah, trick knowledge can definitely be a big help, but not always. So, yeah.
Yep.
A big source of stress as well.
Yeah, true.
I like that light suit location though. That was a good light suit location.
Where was that again?
I found the light suit in cargo freight lift, and that's right
Oh,
around
yeah.
the time he was going for the out of bounds. So at
Hmm.
that point, it was just a matter of time.
Yeah. So this was actually a small advantage that you guys at Red the Bath had over the Semi
No
Croustillant.
light suit, huh?
Yeah, no suit at all. Actually, they didn't. They found the battleground suit very late, like an hour plus late. So by the time you guys had light suit, they hadn't even found a single suit yet.
Yikes.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
But then at I think about the hour 20-ish minute mark, within 10 seconds they found both dark and light suit. Yeah.
Great. It's actually funny.
Yeah. That was good comedy. All right. Anything else from you guys?
Nope.
I think I'm good.
All
not
righty.
really.
In that case, I think we're about to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for providing us with an amazing race, and we will see you guys in round 2.
Thanks.
Thank you for joining us here.
GGs.
GG's, and see you next mission.
Jeez.
See ya.
See you.
GG.